Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. New year, new Rim Report. We're back again. Dylan back in Missouri, me back in Charleston. We got Clubhouse Leaders for you guys. First week of conference play for these teams, Dylan. What do I need to expect out of you with Clubhouse Leaders going forward right now? Are you shaking it up a little bit? Or are you kind of keeping the same of how you have been?
I'm gonna put whoever deserves to be up there. So if it's the same as last week, it's gonna be the same as last week. If it's somebody new, it's somebody new. But I'm gonna give flowers where they're deserved, Steve.
Okay, that was kind of my thought process going through this segment with you, and as we go on, like, are you gonna more mix it up every week, or are you gonna kind of keep it the same? Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see, man.
We'll see. Only one way to know.
I'll kick it off for you, Dylan, because this is the first inaugural Clubhouse Leaders with our new graphic and stuff like that. So this will probably go under week one. My week one Clubhouse Leader player of the year, Cam Boozer, 24 points per game, leading Duke. I think going through these top, 5 or 6 teams and thinking about, I'm going through the best players on each team. I'm like, who's deserving of it? I don't know if you can pick anyone else other than Cam Boozer. And I know a lot of people who stick with us know about our dislike for Cam Boozer at the NBA level. But, man, you can't discredit what he's doing at the college level. I mean, like I said, 24 points per game, a mismatch nightmare. I mean, in college, there's no guy who can hang with him down low. I would love to see them play a team like Michigan with such a deep, experienced front court. But as of right now, it doesn't seem like there's any answer for him, and he doesn't seem like he's slowing down.
Yeah, that's good. I think it's a little bit closer than you're kind of leading on. I will also go Cam Boozer, but it's not 100% Cam Boozer in my mind. I think Yaxel has a really good case for it. He's been playing phenomenal. This was a guy that I know you really liked going into the year. I thought I liked him going into the year as well. Michigan has just been so utterly dominant, man. I mean, this is one of the best 12, 13 starts to a college campaign that we've ever seen out of a team. I mean, they're just blowing teams out of the water. It's funny, they played USC. USC's ranked 24th in the nation, and they were favored by 22.5 points, Steven. 22.5 points, and they covered. They covered it, Steve. It's honestly ridiculous. They've been playing really well. That's kind of an award where we say it a lot of times, it's the best player on the best team. I think Michigan's been the best team. If you look at box plus minus, I'm a big advanced analytics guy. Yaxel's actually leading the country in box plus minus, and Cam Boozer is a close second, and then there's not even a close third for a while until Joshua Jefferson and Iowa State. So I will give it to Cam Boozer. I think it's close, and I would not be surprised next week if we come back and I do have Yaxel up there.
I'll say this. I'm a big Yaxel guy, and I would love to give it to him, but the number, he's only averaging 15 points a game and shooting good splits and stuff like that, but just there's a drastic difference between 24 points per game and 15 points per game. And I know that they're both leading teams. I mean, Duke only has the one loss to Texas Tech, but like you said, I think Michigan is so dominant. And I was reading some comments of my video on Yaxel's NBA translation, and a lot of people were saying, if he was on a slightly worse team, he would be averaging 20 plus a game. They are just so talented, and they've got so many front court players. He doesn't need to score 20 points per game. He barely even plays more than 20 minutes a game.
And that's what I was going to say. It's just different roles, right? So he doesn't have to score 24 points a game. He can get 15, 16 points a game and be fine. Also, I think that Cam Boozer's defense is pretty overrated, to be honest with you. I don't think he can really guard as well as people.
I don't think so either.
And I think Yaxel's a well above average defender. So I think if you take in, half the game's defense, if you kind of go with that old adage, I think that Yaxel is almost separating himself from that standpoint.
Seems like you're kind of coming around to Yaxel. I mean, you were kind of a non-Yaxel guy.
Yaxel. I like Yaxel. I don't like Yaxel at the NBA level.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I was doing some research the other day. You go on bartorvik.com. You sort by people that are 22 or older. You sort by people that are drafted in the lottery. The best player of the last 25 years that has been 22 years or older and has drafted in the lottery has been Zach Edey. And Zach Edey's been fine. And
he hasn't been super great. How far did you go back? How many years is this?
20 years. 20 years.
20 years?
That's even Like, Zach Edey was 22.1 years old in the draft. Yaxel's going to be 23.9. He's almost 24 years of the draft. I mean, he's an old guy.
Yeah,
So
here's my counterpoint to that. I'll say this, though. Like, think about how many guys that have been drafted in general who are older players that still end up being successful. So, like, yes, I understand, like, there's not a lot of guys will take a chance on an older guy like that in the lottery, but there's plenty of examples of older guys that have been in. I mean, the first one that came to mind was Jalen Brunson. Like, he was an older player, right? Like, he had to have been 22.
I agree with that, but we're talking about old, like really old. Like, we're talking about grandpa level guys. Like, this dude is about to be 24 at the draft. Like, he is very old. So Jalen Brunson was 21, 22. Yaxel's going to be 24 at the draft. So he's up there. He's up there.
Yeah, definitely the one drawback on him. I'll go into my freshman of the year. I think we both got AJ DeBansa. BYU looks great. And then that triple-double the other night, I mean, I feel like he has kind of separated himself also because of Darren Peterson not playing as much. I'll say this, though. Darren Peterson looked great at UCF. Unbelievable, 26 points. If he can stay healthy and he can play all of conference play, I don't think it's a question that he could emerge back into that freshman of the year conversation. I liked him as freshman of the year, to be honest, in the beginning.
Cam Boozer out of this equation?
Yeah, I mean, if I have him as player of the year, I guess I am kind of taking him out of this.
I mean, I'd also go AJ. Darren Peterson's tough, man. It's so awesome watching this freshman class. I think there's an argument to make that this is the best freshman class of all time, bro. It's been ridiculous. Like, these guys are really, really good. I'll also go AJ. 30-point triple-double. I think he's the first 18-year-old to ever have a 30-point triple-double in college. He's special. He's really, really special, Steve. And BYU's looking a lot better as of late. This is one of the teams I really liked at the beginning of the season. And he's been good, Steve. He leads all the big freshmen in usage rate, which I think is really interesting. Just means he has the ball in his hands all the time. And Kevin Young's a good coach. He knows what he's doing. So if he trusts AJ DeBansa to have the ball in his hands, I'm going to trust AJ DeBansa to have the ball in his hands. So I'll also go AJ on that. We're 2 for 2 on agreement here.
The one thing I'll say with AJ is, like you said, with the ball being in his hands, turnover rate has to come down.
Yeah.
His turnover. He had 7 turnovers in Big 12 opener. Who did they play?
Blanking.
Was it Utah?
Keep going, though. Keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoever they played. Yeah, it was Utah, I think.
They played against Kansas State. The one thing that I will say, though, they were really physical with him. Like, you go back and watch those, like some of those turnovers, like 3 or 4 of those could have been fouls easily. So
yeah.
He does have to clean it up, but yeah.
Yeah, 7 turnovers is definitely rough. But yeah. Anyways, team of the year. I think I got Michigan, 11-0 right now. Like you said, doesn't look like any sign of slowing down. Taking care of USC. 22-point favorites, and they covered against a ranked team. I mean, it just doesn't look like anyone's going to slow them down. I mean, I'm telling you, I will be glued to my TV when they play Purdue, when they play someone worth of caliber, because it's going to be a great game. I can't wait to see the day where they struggle in a game, actually. Like, every game has been just domination.
Yeah, they did have a couple scares early.
Yes.
That they didn't look fantastic. And then they had another one that was like another mid-major that they almost lost.
TCU. Did you say TCU?
I did say TCU.
Yeah.
It's Michigan for me too. So we're now 3 for 3. They just, man, I mean, they just look really good, bro. And like Dusty May knows what he's doing over there. They have one of the best players in the nation. They just blow teams out, bro. Every game they blow teams out. So I just talked about Michigan with Yaxel, but yeah, they're really good. They're my team of the year as well.
I think that's also just I'll get into it later because I'll get into my coach of the year. I'll keep it a secret. Mid-major team of the year, Dylan. I think this is the one part of this segment where we're going to have a lot of differentiation because there's so many options and it can change week by week. Mine is the St. Louis Billikens. I think they've looked really good, 11-1, and their one loss is a 1-point loss to Stanford on the road. Robbie Avila, I think everyone knows him, bigger guy with the glasses, looking like a goofball. 46.7% from 3 this year on 60 attempts on the year. I mean, from your stretch five that, Jokic style, can pass the ball, can, has the ball in his hands a lot. Like, they look great, honestly. And they got a big test coming up at VCU in their next game. I'm going to be I'm going to be tuned into that. And then they got Richmond too, a couple weeks, like maybe 2 weeks after that. So they got some good comp coming up. And so it'll be good to see.
Yeah, they were on my list. I actually did not go with them. I went with Utah State. They are 11. They're 12-1 on the season. And the thing that I like about Utah State, they have a lot of roster continuity from the last couple of years. Mason Falslev is a guy that's been there. I think this is his third year now, maybe even his fourth year. And Drake Allen's been in the program. They just have a lot of dudes that can go. Their one loss was a decent loss. They lost by 13 to South Florida, but they also have some other high major wins. They beat VCU at home. They beat Colorado State, if you consider Colorado State a mid-major, high major, whatever. They just look good, and they're actually getting some AP poll votes too. They're getting they got a couple of I think they're, if you extend the top 25 to top 30, they're number 28 in the nation. So they look good. They're an at-large. I mean, just say it how it is. They're an at-large team right now. If they lost their conference tournament, they're an at-large team. So they probably project as an 8 or 9 seed, which is just something you don't really see out of the Utah State Aggies. So I'll go with them.
Yeah, they were next up on my list, to be honest, too. So my coach of the year, Dusty May, kind of going off what I was going to finish my thought earlier, but I wanted to save it. I think there's something to say about coaches that are maximizing the potential of their team. I think it's evident watching Michigan play. They're not satisfied with just winning. Like they want to dominate the game. They want to obliterate you. And I think that's a credit to Dusty May and his recruiting and getting this team here. It's such a deep team. And on top of that, just like challenging them, like making, like, not just being satisfied with, like, hey, we're getting out of here with a win. Like, we are coming out and dominating every team. Like, it don't matter if we're up 30 or 40 or 50. Like, we're playing as hard as we can. I'm still coaching up my guys. We're still getting better every day at practice, every day at games.
They were on my list. I'm actually going to go with something that I think you wouldn't expect out of me. I'm going to go Vanderbilt. Actually, I'm going to go Mark Byington. He's just it's just a team that we did not talk about at the beginning of the season. I mean, whose radar was looking at the Vanderbilt Commodores at the beginning of the season? Man, they've been really impressive. Have not lost a game, Steve. There's not many undefeated teams left in the nation, and they're one of them. Offensive efficiency, if you go to KenPom and just sort by that, they're top 10. Defensive efficiency, they're top 20. Like, he gets his guys to buy in. Not only that, you just talked about getting your guys to maximize their potential and really just show out every single game. He has turned Tyler Tanner into a guy that everybody is talking about on Twitter, saying this guy should be drafted. He's a 6'0" point guard, 170, averaged like 7 points a game as a freshman last year. He was on 0 people's draft boards, but because of how Byington really literally buys into his team and gets them to play as hard as they can, maximizes his guys on the team, he's a projected like top 20, 25 pick in the draft, and I'm just like, that is unbelievable coming from what he did last year. So I'll go Mark Byington, man. I know it's not the most popular pick. I think they sneak their way into the top 10 this upcoming AP poll. I think they go 7, 8, 9 range, and they deserve it, bro. They're undefeated. Coach has been killing it, and they have 3 really, really good players that have been all AP poll, maybe top 3, top 4 players of AP teams in the nation. So they've been doing really good.
Yeah, it was a good pick. Honestly, I like that pick. All right, Dill. Well, you got anything else left to say? Clubhouse Leaders Week 1.
Yeah, you just got to update the board now, I guess. But enjoyed it, Steve. I enjoy doing these every week, and let's see if it shakes up at all next week.
Yeah. All right, appreciate y'all listening in. Come back next Sunday for Week 2 of Clubhouse Leaders. We got movers and shakers coming out tomorrow night. AP, we talked about the AP poll and the shakeup. We didn't have one last week because of Christmas, so we'll see what that looks like. I expect some changes, especially with conference play starting, a lot of good competition playing each other, and it being such a long break since the last one.
100%.
So, all right, Dill. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Thanks, guys.